Alright, time for the next MSEM GP game for this month. Oh, and Cockroach crashed. Cool. Huh. Well, I guess that's what I get for playing on a dev build of Cockroach. I mean, it's a good way to test stuff out, or like good way to get feedback for the changes, right? Like I think they call it dog fooding. But anyways, yeah. So let's start. My opponent is on Naya Legends, which was the same deck that I lost to last GP, and I don't think there has been any card changes or any relevant card changes to both our decks. So this is just going to be the same matchup, and hopefully I get better luck this time. I guess this is an alright starting hand. I think I go Nitrous Renewer on 1 because Primal can quote unquote be untapped mana if I play it and then tap the land that's attached to on the same turn. I guess the better way to say is that it can pay itself back on the same turn. But yeah, so since I'm playing against the aggro deck, turn 1 Nitrous is quite good because it puts down the chump blocker. And then Ramsey also puts down some more chump blockers, and then I'm hoping to draw into some more action so that I can start doing stuff after that. Anyways, I grab Forest, so turn 1 Forest Primal, or turn 1 Forest Nitrous, the classic. No, I'll just put in Lush Oasis. They don't have non-basic hate, so it doesn't matter what I grab, or what I put in here. So next turn I have Ramsey into Primal, if I don't have anything better to do, which gets me 1 extra Antelope above what Ramsey normally gets me, so I guess that's good. It puts down more chump blockers. Lost in Seeking, yeah, that's quite annoying to deal with. Let's see if I draw more Nitrous. Yeah, that's not good. Or at least that's not useful right now. So this is fetching another Forest, and then I'll just do Primal Ramsey, Ramsey Primal, because I can, because that's how the sequencing turned out. So yeah, let's get this thing. So turn 3, I'm hoping to draw into some sort of action. I can untap with 7 mana available, so if I top deck Rova, that'd be nice. Although Rova doesn't really get me. I mean, Rova's an 8/8. Their deck can't really deal with 8/8s efficiently, right? Yeah, they can't really deal with the Rova if I top deck it. Although you can probably just attack past it. Yeah, I should probably put the cards I'm talking about in chat, actually. So, yeah, this is one of the cards I'm hoping to top deck next turn. Although it's probably not the best card I could be top decking. I'd rather yeah, I think Vivian would be a really nice top deck. So yeah, because Vivian draws cards to get stuff on board. Mostly, yeah, draws cards so that I can continue doing stuff this game. I think Kernon would also be a decent top deck because then I Kernon sack Nitrous Renewer and fetch Sackbow. Do I only have Sackbow as okay? Yeah, I don't have any great Kernon targets main board. Other possible top decks, Greenwood Outrider, that's Daisy, that's fine. If they swing at this, they can, okay, yeah, that's, I don't think I chumped the first one. Yeah, I don't think I chumped the first swing. Maybe I want to get Nitrous in the yard for stuff. I have enough to turn on Nitrous, so I think I can afford to, just chump the first one, just to get that in the yard for stuff later on. That's a lot of Nitrous Renewers. So that's, I guess I use ability and then I play out another Nitrous, which I guess is not the worst thing in the world. Or no, it's still really bad, but at least it could be worse. At least I'm still spending my mana right now, and I have tons of mana right now, so I have good top decks available. I just need to get them. But I also am falling behind on board quite a lot right now, so and I don't think my deck plays that many things that can catch me back up when I'm behind on board. Maybe I should be playing some sort of board wipe in the sideboard. I am in white, so I can't afford to go into board wipes. Well, I don't think there's any good ones in my deck because I'm mostly I want stuff that I can fetch off Kernon, and Kernon 2 for 2 it means I'm looking for a 2-drop board wipes, which I don't think exists. Oh, they have Jack. Yeah, that's also, I mean, that's a problem. So it's going to be full chumps this turn, and then I'm empty boarded. Actually, so question here: does Greenwood Outrider kill? So Greenwood Outrider gives all my guys +1/+1 for each story permanent I control. I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can attack with so I have 3 story permanents right now. If I don't block and I top deck Greenwood Outrider, I deal a total of 19 to. Okay, yeah. So I don't block here. Or can I afford to block at least one? Because how much do I? So I can afford to lose out on 4 damage. So that means I can chump with one of these guys. They technically have 17 life, so I can afford to lose out on 2 damage. Which means that I can't actually afford to chump with anything. Right, like I have 19 if I top that Greenwood, and to deal 17 trampoline damage to them. So like yeah, I just take and go down to 9. Okay, well, apparently I muted myself. I don't know when I did that, but yeah. So then, but basically right now, I'm staring on this attack. I basically need Daisy, Lost in Seeking, and Jack to die before next turn, well, because both these guys can kill. Actually, no, Colonel minus on one of my guys getting Ultimate Surveyor makes me survive these guys. Okay, good. So, and Lost in Seeking can attack for 4, but okay, I think there's actually an out here. In that case, do I want Lost in Seeking to die? Well, I need Jack to die though, and I can trade 2 antelopes for Jack, but then I'm empty boarded after that. Okay, so what am I looking at? So if I do this, my opponent has 3 guys left over. I untap, play out Bessy's Brood, kill one of their guys, play out Kernon, force the minus Bessy's Brood to. Okay, well that's yeah. I think I just need to let Amaranth survive and hope that I have an answer later on. Okay, well in that case, then I want Ramsey around. Or do I think I actually care about the 1 power from the antelopes, so I'll jump like I'll block like this. Wait, I don't have well, so Bessie's Brood kills. Wait, I didn't. Right, because I wanted to kill Emperor's Return. Why did I do that anyways? Yeah, that. Okay, so the correct play there was to block recall on Lost in Seeking, and then Bessie's Brood the Jack afterwards. Wait, no, Bessie's Brood doesn't kill Lost in Seeking, and Lost in Seeking is what's going to kill me. Well, at least I can get Daisy out of the way, but then Lost in Seeking just pluses for 2 turns, and then I die to that. There's something else I can do. I can get Nitrous by going down to 1. I don't think life. Well, no, life does matter because Amaranth getting any more counters means. Well, no, if they transform Amaranth, they get 1 swing at me, and then I kill Amaranth on the backswing. So then I'm back at 1 life, and then Daisy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I can go in Bessie's Nitrous Kernon. I just need to figure out what the best sequence is for that because like I'm definitely leaving everything back. I don't really care about Chief Anhu's ability right now. Actually, maybe I sort of care. Now they're never going to get to 6 mana. I'm just going to kill Daisy, Bessie's Brood, and then Kernon, play out Nitrous, play out Kernon, sack Nitrous for Ultimate Surveyor to survive this way. Yeah, that sounds like the best play right now. So yeah, let's go for that. So grab a forest. The last basic in my deck. I probably should have fetched one of the non-basics off one of the other fetch lands so that I didn't run out of basics here, but whatever. Let me see the Kernon thing. I do want Kernon around, right? Kernon 3 only fetches Pal Scatter, and that thing doesn't help me right now, so yeah, I do this. Back here, Ultimate Surveyor. Not my only life gain. I mean, it's my only life gain at 2 mana, so yes, I grab this. I gain a life, give them 1 servo, and then I hope that's enough. They can just get 2 counters onto Amaranth and then flip it, and that kills me too. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen. But anyways, so yeah, I think I fumbled this game on that combat because I should have blocked recall onto Lost in Seeking. Like I should have traded recall for Lost in Seeking because then I get to Bessie's Brood back and then Kernon into Ultimate Surveyor to prevent Daisy from doing too much. And like that would have left me with basically this board state, except they would have Daisy on board instead of Lost in Seeking, which I prefer much more because Ultimate Surveyor at least prevents Daisy from killing me for a few turns. Oh yeah, Greenwood Outrider top deck is still live because Greenwood Outrider would have either 1 or 2 storied. I think single storied actually kills my opponent. No, 2 storied definitely kills my opponent from this board state. Although I'm probably trading my guys off, so I'm not sure how the board state's going to look after this. I think I actually want to trade off Bessie's Brood here because that makes Kernon minus able to get back at Bessie's Brood eventually. I mean, Kernon's -2. They'll be able to get back at Bessie's Brood eventually. Okay, they're going to play Sunlit Highlands tapped. If they're just going to flip Amaranth this turn, I think I'm alright with that. They're not flipping Amaranth this turn, it seems like. They're just going to Shifanghu instead. But that does force them to swing out with their board to get value off of it, which means that I get to clean up their boards with some blocks. They're working their ways towards... If they have a land in hand, then I have to worry about Shifanghu ulting. That's also a problem because it gives a guy flying, and then that makes me lose the game. Okay, so come on, go top deck. It's fine, I guess. Okay, so now, I need to hope they don't have a land, or I need to hope that Karnam plus mills me a Recall Forgotten Aeons that I get to cast and draw into something useful. Yeah, that's really the only thing I can really do at this point, so I guess I'll just go for it. And that's a Greenwood Outrider me. Well, I mean, if I make it through a turn, Greenwood Outrider does stuff. But yeah, right now, I'm pretty sure Shifanghu just ults and I lose to that. So, like, this is one of the games where I just never got to spend my mana. Pale Scatter is pretty big right now, but they have flying guys. Like, their guys are going to have flying, so it doesn't even matter. Attacking doesn't matter because because Greenwood Outrider kills from this board state anyways, even if I only have a few guys. Yeah, I just have to hope that they don't have the 6th land in hand. It seems like they do, so that's a problem. Unless they don't. I don't think they would have made that play if they didn't, because they would have transformed Amret instead, right? They had mana to Shifanghu and transform Amret. It cost 3 to transform right now, so I don't know why they didn't do that. And yep, that's unfortunate. My deck just didn't get there. And yep, that does it. Cool. None of my guys have reach, right? Yeah, none of my guys have reach. Alright, that's unfortunate, but that's fine. Alright, so post board, I bring in all my Bessie's Broods. I bring in 1 Scion, because that might be a decent Kernon target. And what do I take out? I brought in a bunch of 3-drops, so I guess I take out some Recalls because those are really slow. Although Recall is still like one of the better cards in my deck. I might just take out all the Recalls. Is that ever correct? It also means that I don't have to worry about fetching blue anymore. This feels wrong, but at the same time... Wait, no, I should be boarding out Sackbows before that. But yeah, I guess I can board out some number of Recalls. I only want 1 Ultimate Surveyor because it's going to be my life-gain Kernon target. And Vivian's good, Kernon's good. I think I've just run this. And this hand has Primal into Bessie's Brood, so I keep. It has Primal into Pale Scatter if they don't have a 1-drop that I want to brood. Cool. So they also keep 7. I'm just going to open up Primal Resurgence. And what? Do they have any enchantment hate? No, they don't. So I don't have, or I don't. They don't have any enchantment hate to bring in from sideboard, so I don't have to worry about much. Rallying Banner. I mean, sure, I guess. So I guess I'm playing Pale Scatter this turn. I mean, on my turn. Do I want to start fetching? I should start fetching early because that gets me my colors, or I mean, because it gives me land at the yard, which I might want later on. But yeah, I mean, I got a pretty good start. I managed to curve Primal into Pale Scatter. I actually Greenwood Outrider coming up too. Greenwood Outrider has 2 storied, so it'll kill, or on its own it's going to deal 5 damage with the 3/3. Or it's going to deal 5 damage on its own, and then the 3/3 also hits for 5, so then it's like 10 damage from hand. Next turn, I'm assuming I'm just going to Bessie's Brood, whatever creature they put out. And they play out Rampant Summit. I mean, so this thing does let them put out Emperor's Retainer at instant speed. Not sure if it matters that much right now. And they are going to play a 2-drop. If it's Jack, Queen Adder... I guess that's going to be Bessie's... Yeah, that's assigned to Bessie's Brood. Instant speed Emperor's Retainer is annoying because that means that if I try to put in Bessie's Brood, they can do that and then make it trade with Bessie's Brood. I still think Bessie's Brood dying is actually good for me now because I top deck Death and Bloom. I can actually go. So unfortunately, mana doesn't work out that lets me go Death and Bloom into Bessie's Brood. And I do want to get back Bessie's Brood, but at the same time, I want to set my board for Greenwood Outrider next turn, because getting 2 3-story makes Greenwood scarier, I guess. I mean, I just want to play out all my cards, right? So I should just make the play that lets me play out 2 cards instead of 3. So I'm going to play out Death and Bloom. They technically can Rallying Banner, but I doubt they're going to. The Death and Bloom triggers. Actually, Rova's quite good here, right? Yeah, I'll grab a Rova, and then I'm going to try to kill and rally. They can put in Emperor's Returner, but that's still a good exchange for me because then they trade, and then I get to swing in with Pale Scatter. Also, I can just hard cast Rova next turn, so which is cool. And they're not going to put in anything. They're not going to put in anything off Rallying Banner, so that's cool. I don't think there's a one drop that really stops Tail Scatter, or at least trades favorably into it. So, oh, okay, yeah, they can put down something if they want. They're going to do a post comp. Okay, they're going to get up to 2 counters. Also, I just realized that if they have Hue, that does turn off my big drops off. Yeah. So I'm hoping that. So basically, if they have this guy, that prevents me from casting these big cards. I remember saying that my ramp deck doesn't actually lose that hard to Hue. Or at least if I get to 3 lands, I don't lose that hard to Hue because a lot of my expensive cards are actually 3 mana. No, Rova's ability gets through Hue. So if I get Hue, I'll just like pitch Rova. A 4/4 that grows my guys every turn is still fine in this board state. Daisy, sure. Are they just dead to Greenwood Outrider? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think they're just dead to Greenwood Outrider, unless they have a 2-drop that can affect the board when put down off Rallying Banner. But no, they have Bell for Forlorn Shield. They can't lose life at instant speed though. I guess that's really the only interaction they have at instant speed, right? They also technically have tie line. No, they can't put it down Rallying Banner. It costs too much. Yeah, I don't think they have any interaction. And that's a Jack. Okay, that's completely fine. Yeah, I just died. I just killed them on the backswing. Although I should just double check if I actually do that. 1, 2, 3. So that's what 7 plus 6 plus 6. Yep, that's lethal off Greenwood Outrider. Convenient, I guess. All right, cool. Yep, GG. So we're going to game 3 where I'm on the draw, which is really bad for me. I still think I go with this board. Do I want more Rovas? Not really. Does Henry help? No, Henry does not help me at all. Recall is still correcting the board out here, right? Because Pel Scatter at least contests the board. I mean, Rova technically also contests the board on 4. Maybe it is better than Recall. I'm not sure. This feels incorrect. Like, if I'm doing this, I should just board out all my Recall so I don't have to worry about fetching blue. But if I do that, then Ital's useless here. I don't think I want the second Rova. I think I just go with this. Just accept that sometimes Recall works out and sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, sure. This hand is bad, so I have to mulligan. This hand would be great if I had one more land. I mean, I could try to top deck a land next turn. Except Nitrous needs me to actually draw my land, so yeah, it's not good. Okay, I don't have a I keep this, but I'm not happy about it. And I think I bomb. Do I need to bomb Vivian here? So like the curve here is going to be Nitrous, Bessie's, or help to top deck a land. Nitrous, Bessie's, Rova. No, I have to hope to curve into Vivian and hope they don't screw me over with one of their hate bears while they're at it. In best case, they don't have a 1-drop, but it's very likely they do. Lost in Seeking is certainly not the 1-drop I want to see. Oh, yeah, that's really annoying. I guess I have to play other tap land. So I guess this is a good example of why running Lush Oasis isn't free in this deck, because sometimes you have to open on it, and then that really sucks. Okay, so what are my outs here? Because not being able to play a 3-drop on turn 2 is going to really screw me over here. Jack. Oh, okay. I think they got the nuts curve of Lost and Seeking into Jack, and I don't have a 3-drop on turn 2 to respawn with. I think I probably just lose this game. Yeah, why couldn't I have drawn that last turn? So I literally just don't do anything this turn. Cool. All right. I guess Nitrous is chumping, which means that Kernon's probably not going to be very useful. Or am I forced to chump with Nitrous here? I could save it for Kernon, but what's my curve looking like? Next turn I want to Bessie's Abuse to Jack. Yeah, I think I chump. And then I Vivian afterwards so I need to draw another land and then I slam Vivian and then try to use that to stabilize. The problem is that if I don't have a creature, I can't Vivian Mines to kill stuff. Hue. Well, at least the good news here is that Hue does nothing this game because I did not get my land ramp. I did not get my aura-based land ramp, mana ramp, whatever. Yeah, I need to chump here to not lose as much life. Technically, I didn't need to chump there because, well, no, I'm going to kill Jack this turn, so it's slightly less bad afterwards. I need to remember to not fetch a basic here because I might, or no, I can afford to fetch Slumbering Hillock this turn because I'm not spending all my mana. I'm just going to Bessie's Boot to Jack and hope that works out. I mean, it could still work out. They might be out of gas right now. Like, they flip Amaranth, which is still a huge problem, but then Bessie's Brood can attack down the Amaranth after it flips, hopefully. And then Vivian is a decent way to stabilize, I suppose. If Betsy's Brood make it through a turn, I can play out Vivian and then plus and then minus to kill something else, and then that might be enough to stabilize. Oh yeah, that. I guess I'm Kernoning instead then. In that case, if I trump with Betsy's Brood, no wait, I can Kernon minus to. I need to Kernon sack itself to do that thing though. I mean, they are going pretty low too. Oh, they're activating Shifanfu immediately. Okay, so what are my outs right now? Do I have to chump here? Or not do I have to, but do I want to chump here? If I go down to 6, then I'm dead to Amaret flip, right? If I go down to 6, I'm definitely dead to Amaret flip on this board state. A Kernon can minus to. If I had another random creature lying around, maybe maybe I shouldn't have sacked Nitrous, or maybe I should have chumped with Nitrous. Because if I didn't chump with Nitrous, I'd be at 6, but then I would have Nitrous around, so then I can go Kernon, sack Nitrous to grab another Brood, punch Hue, and then I'm still like staring down really bad board state though. I don't think I can afford to block here. Need Bessie's Brood around to block for next turn. Then Lumbering Hillock. Oh, huh. Does that do anything? No, it does not, because all their power comes from counters. So I guess I need to Kernon. Kernon doesn't do anything right now. That's a problem. Like, I need to Kernon minus Bessie's Brood into another Bessie's Brood to punch the Hue. That's just really bad. And now I really regret jumping off Nitrous earlier, because this is actually going to be what loses me the game. Alternatively, I leave everything back. They swing, I animate Lumbering Hillock, trade that with Lost and Seeking. They're just able to flip Lost and Seeking, right? If I just don't do anything. And then that minuses and swings me for lethal. Yeah, like, I really want to Kernon sack right now, but I can't. So I think I have to play Kernon no matter what, though. Because just playing Silent Silence and wasting 3 mana is really bad. I play on both of those guys, I just chump for 1 turn, and then... Actually, it does get me towards Vivian for a turn. Does Vivian stabilize on an empty board? It doesn't, right? So, does Kernon stabilize? If I just play out Kernon and then... Well, I'm dead on board. I need to Kernon minus... I can Kernon minus for ramp. No, that's bad, because then Bessie's Brood is off the board. Yeah, I don't think there's a winning line here, so... yeah, play Kernon into that. Kernon sack Bessie's Brood to kill Hue. I mean, that makes me survive, at least. And then chump here, and then try to stabilize with Vivian. Vivian can't kill Planeswalkers, right? Yeah, did it. I think I just lose. Yeah, there's like no way for me out of this. Alright, cool. So still a bad matchup. Although, I mean, game 3 I could have won if I just drew slightly better. If I got my untapped land on turn 1, I could have gone turn 2, Bessie's Brood onto their Jack. Technically, I'm in the game, so I can just kick them. Okay, well, there we go. Yeah, but so like in this game, if I had untapped land on turn 1, I could have Bessie's Brood at this turn to kill Jack, which would have prevented some amount of damage. Then that means I wouldn't be as incentivized to chump with Nitrous, which means I would still have Nitrous around for Kernon later on, and that might have been enough to get me there. Game 1 is actually quite a tragic loss though for me, because I definitely misplayed on that. Yet on this turn. So, what I was thinking here. So basically, while I was doing my blocks, I didn't consider that I had Bessie's, or like completely forgot that I was planning on Bessie's brooding the Jack. So like I could have done the recall onto Lost and Seeking, because Lost and Seeking was what was on the top of my mind at that point. So recall onto Lost and Seeking, kill the Emperor's Retainer, and then chump. Then I would have, well, I'll be down 1 recall for Gone Aeon, but they'd also be down a creature. So then on this turn, I would be I would Bessie's Brood their, so they would have Daisy instead of Lost and Seeking on board. I'd Bessie's Brood their Jack. So then I would have Antelope plus Bessie's Brood into these 2 guys. And then I do Kernon sack. Yeah, I have to do a Kernon sack into Ultimate Surveyor to survive the Daisy. But then my opponent's left with Shifanfu and Daisy on board, and I think that's a much better position for me than Shifanfu plus Lost and Seeking, right? Or no, it doesn't really change that much in the grand scheme of things, because the game still ends with them like ulting Shifanfu onto. Actually, no way. No, Shifanfu ult by itself turns into a 5/5 and then it swings and kills me, and I have no way to kill it before that. So okay, yeah, but I still lose that game. But it wouldn't have been any closer actually, because my opponent didn't transform Lost and Seeking for some reason. But yeah, 2-1 so far. So hopefully I win my next game to make it to top cut.